Other interesting political news, you have the Chicago mayor saying he's going to give grants based on race and that investing in black, unquote, is not a crime. As brought to us thanks to End Wokeness on X. And when she says, quote, breaking, Chicago Mayor Johnson to hand out race-based grants to black residents as slavery reparations. And Johnson is as wise and ethical as most Chicago mayors, which is to say, not at all.
Our way will bring.
Oh, let me reset that.
Our way will bring to black residents in reclaiming ownership of our own communities.
But you in charge of your own communities? I mean, he's been in charge of Chicago for 100 years. About 100 years. Democrats, you've been in charge. And yet they still say, someone else is causing the problem.
That is the spirit of Juneteenth, you all.
You all? Is he Texan? I think that's cultural reparation. Is that cultural appropriation? Not even wearing a Texas 5-gallon hat.
It is about reflecting on our past. Other cultures are taught to never forget. We need to be reminded as blacks here in Chicago and America, remembering our past and working towards a more just future. Investing in black is not a criminal act.
I mean, discriminating based on people's race, that is a criminal act. That's actually against the federal law.
Sister Zakiya says she need a witness, so I'm gonna say it again. Investing in black is not a criminal act.
And he'll probably get reelected because Chicago does the same thing every time. And this one pretty valid got 2 million views and 20,000 likes, which, again, we'll see if the feds actually do anything about this discrimination. Also, as mentally vacuous as a previous mayor of Chicago who would not allow white interviewees or reporters to interview her. Yeah, she literally would only allow African-American reporters to interview her. Now, going to the comment section, one of the first ones is brought to us thanks to Endwoke, just saying, quote, CC, hashtag civil rights, and hashtag Hamrit Killian. And that got 2.3 thousand likes. Gunther Eagleman says, quote, nothing to see here except blatant racism, getting 6.3 thousand likes. We have our favorite contrarian, the gas stove, once again saying, quote, excuse me, black people have been oppressed for centuries by systematic racism and white supremacy. Reparations are the only way we can fix this brutal historic injustice, even if it means forcibly taking money from hard-earned white people who benefit from that system. Gained 24 likes and 285 responses, what it's again proving to be one of the most effective, well, some people call it clickbaiting, but when you talk about engagement farming, that one got the most responses of any response. Now, one of the first responses comes to us thanks to Bitcoin Reality Check, saying, quote, they've had a whole they've had a whole continent for a long time, and look what they've done with it, getting 58 likes. So that literally doubled it. I mean, that is certainly ratioing the original poster. So Bitcoin Reality Check did, not the original poster, the original commenter, the gas stove. The gas stove responded saying, well, it's white colonialists who killed and enslaved those Africans. Well, their tribes sold them off also. Now you also have Matthias saying, quote, white Democrats, the pro-slave party during slavery, they should pick up the racist tab entirely, gain 21 likes. The SO response said all white people getting 0 likes, which means statistically speaking, I'm infinitely more popular than the gas stove since I did get 2 likes on one of my videos last week. Yeah, so over at saying, quote, then give them your hard-earned money. How much do you have? Getting 28 likes. The gas stove says it should be white people's money. They're going to pay for it, getting 2 likes. Going back to the main comment section, you have MAGA fan 1776 saying, quote, isn't that racist against anyone who's not black? Getting 3.1 thousand likes. Yep. Crazy Vibes as a screenshot from a quote from Mark Lunchman saying, quote, 1.6%, only 1.6% of U.S. citizens owned slaves in the 1860 when slavery was at its peak. So if you stop basing your hate for the entire white, so can you stop basing your entire hate for the entire white race on the mere actions of 1.6%? They got 543 likes. Paratrooper Brady says, quote, that is racism. You can't fight racism with racism, retard. Getting 1.5 thousand likes. Hunter Eagleman says, quote, that seems quite illegal, gained 2.1 thousand likes, which, yes, it surely is. The question is, will the federal government do anything about it? Historically speaking, they don't. Really. They don't really carry out the law if Democrats do it. Maybe things have changed. Maybe they will. Maybe. For the first time in my life, I think that might actually happen. Going on more and more, you have God and Country, very specific profile names, and it's a picture of Reagan. It says, quote, if fascism ever comes to America, it'll be in the name of liberalism. Then it's just positioned of a picture of, I think, yeah, Minneapolis on fire with one of their mostly peaceful protests. It says it's here, gaining 359 likes. My picture says, quote, the mayor of Chicago is a racist. You can't give preferential treatment to people based on race. Enjoy the lawsuits, getting 593 likes. Cynthia Holt says, quote, this is not only racism, but it's highly illegal. He's grandstanding. It will never hold up in the Supreme Court. Getting 271 likes, which, I mean, he might just pull Biden in which he says, I don't care what the Supreme Court says, I'm going to do it anyway. You have Lisa J says, investing in blacks is not a crime. No, it isn't, but investing in blacks without or with taxpayer money while excluding other races is a crime. And while we're at it, could Johnson point to the former slaves who we owe reparations? Getting 1.5 thousand likes. Someone simply has a picture of Mayor Johnson with a little speech bubble. It says, I'm racist. Getting 233 likes. Now, again, he's saying this because he's appealing to his base. He's going to get probably more election donations and he'll probably get reelected in spades. Again, I don't think Chicago's going to change anytime soon. They've been voting blue for literally nearly 100 years and increasing the crime rates and pushing most businesses out as well for decades. So let me know. Do you think I actually don't think this will have any negative ramifications on his political career? If anything, I think it's going to push him even further and get more donations to get more votes. Obviously, what he's saying is, he's suggesting illegal actions, and I find it morally abhorrent. But let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, and a comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.